Alright guys, today we are going to talk about contested marking, and there's certain things when I see young players, or just actually a lot of players, when they watch football, or when anyone watches the AFL, this is what I used to do when I was younger. I used to go and watch Simon Black. I used to go to games just to watch Simon Black. Didn't go for Brisbane, just to watch his running patterns and watch the way he moved. I'd take little bits out of Simon Black. I'm not saying I'm a gun. I'm just saying what I used to do as a kid to learn, and the way I used to learn. Take little bits out of Jonathan Brown's running patterns, or the way he pushes off. Just all little bits of stuff, right? And when I played football, I played forward, I played midfield, I played back, because I was always trying to find different ways to get better by watching players. All right, now I'm going to give you an example of one player this video is for a lot of kids, or like I said, just anyone that plays the game of footy. If you are not watching the way Mitch Wallace has taken his marks, right, his contested marking, if you're not watching the way he takes them and how easy he takes them, if you were just watching and you just say when Mitch Wallace takes a mark and all you say is good mark, you're delusional. This is so important for any footballer out there. And I'll go. The reason why I'm bringing this up, I'm going to go through why it's so important, and the type of trait that Mitch Wallace sort of has. A lot of players don't have, but a lot of players don't even think about. Why is Mitch Wallace? And I'll tell you how he's taken his marks. Answer me this question: why is Mitch Wallace, who is, how tall would he be? 6 foot, maybe, probably smaller. Has anyone seen the way he's taken his marks? I'll tell you exactly how he's taken his marks. He's taken a lot of his marks flat-footed, chest marks, like that, when he's playing on an opponent. And this is the thing. Everyone would watch his marks and they'll just say, oh, good mark. But I'm saying, why was that a good mark? And this is what a lot of people just don't think about. And this is why if I was a kid and I was watching Mitch Wallace take these grabs, I'd be like, but hang on, how's he taking a flat-footed chest mark like that on an opponent? There's a reason why, right? And this is the reason. When Mitch Wallace, when he's starting position, say there's a stoppage on the wing, right? Mitch Wallace will put himself, he puts himself in a position where he has that space to lead. He puts himself on the advantage side of the space to lead into. Say it's the left-hand side, his opponent's here on his right, right? A lot of Mitch Wallace's leads and marks, they're not 100% leads. All he does is just basically point to an area and the kick just lands 5 meters to his advantage side. But the other thing, that this is what people aren't actually looking deep into, why he's taken, and like I said, taken marks flat-footed on his chest. He pushes you off at his timing. When he pushes you off and gets separation, is to perfection. And when I say perfection, there's a difference between, and this is the two different ways to push off, right? A lot of people push off too early. Okay, so say the kick's about to come in, right? The kick's come just off the boot. I've pushed off, but the guy's gravity, he's still grounded, the guy. So I try to push him off, but the guy, he only just goes to about there, right? I've pushed too early. The secret with Mitch Wallace, this is what he does. This is the secret. Mitch Wallace, the closer the ball comes in, as I say, the ball's coming in, right? It's about five meters away from us. When Mitch Wallace defender looks at that ball and doesn't worry about Mitch Wallace, he goes to look up at the ball, right? He's committed to the ball. That's when Mitch Wallace, right? And as he commits, this happens because I've tried it before. You push a guy over, he's like a feather. I swear, I promise you. When you go get separation, so my whole point is, Mitch Wallace hits him at the literally, like I said, the ball's really close to the air. As soon as that guy, the defender, goes to look up and go to spoil, he's almost off the ground. So when Mitch Wallace pushes off, the guy leaps up, right? He's committed. Mitch Wallace, bang, separation, and then there's the mark like that. All right? And have a look at the guy. He's under 6 foot or 6 foot, right? He's taking his mark. So see what he does? The defender goes to commit to the ball. As he goes, Mitch Wallace pushes off. And like I said, when I say when you push off, the guy literally, I swear to God, even just this, he goes flying. If you give him a full one like that, I promise you, he'll just pancake like that. All right, so that is the difference. It's a timing thing. You don't push off when the ball's 10, 15 meters away. You push off. The closer the ball gets in the air, the guy is less grounded. He's looking up. His balance is terrible. He's looking up. Bang. Push off. Mitch Wallace. Bang. That is how Mitch Wallace takes all of his marks. 90% of his marks. So any young forward, right, it's not about just leading hard in areas like Ben Brown does. Tom Hawkins takes a lot of his marks going back towards goal. Do you understand that? Right? And it's all a technique thing. You know, taking your just position yourself. As long as you position yourself where there's space. So if the kick comes out from a stoppage, Mitch Wallace has 10, 15 meters right there to lead into. He forces the midfielder to kick into that area. He goes a little bit more narrow, so the guy kicks more to the wing. If the guy with the ball has 1 second, he can see Mitch Wallace, see that little bit of space. If the kicker from the stoppage has 1 second with the ball, just kicks to that area, Mitch goes, bang, pushes off, takes the chest mark. Mitch Wallace, a lot of his marks are not up and leaping at it. So that is something that a lot of people have to think about, is that you don't have to lead hard, really hard to take your marks. As long as you position yourself in a nice area where you, like I said, and the key is, this is the key. Push him off the closer the ball comes in. Like I said, he loses his balance, then push him off. Don't push him off when the ball's like 15 meters in the air coming through. You pushed off too early because you can't move him. All right, so that is. I'm dumbfounded that people. Is anyone thinking deep how Mitch Wallace is actually taking his marks, or is everyone just saying, "Oh, that was a good mark"? Have a look how he's doing it and the way he does it, and his push off, his timing.